have people lost millions of naira of their own money that suddenly disappeared from their bank accounts in Nigeria? Yes, we have cases like that. And are the banks showing any sign of support for the victims and an effort to ensure that it becomes a thing of the past where there is no sign? They have been very much hostile to almost everyone that tried to retrieve back their stolen money. Banks and bank workers emptying customers' bank balance and turning them into idiots in their banking halls, making up different kind of stories of scenarios that could have happened or why they lost their money without giving them any real help. You see, that's Nigeria. A lot of people have a lot of stories, but there is an established sort of like a case against some of these banks in Nigeria in which they have always been declaring ridiculous profits that they can't really back with anything. Imagine a bank declaring that they made over 400 billion naira from just deducting bank charges, SMS charges from their customers, and that's a profit. Imagine that. So that's the situation they are. I remember, I think it was last year, when a group took the same GTBank to the cleaners and even to the courts for abuse of these banking privileges, robbing their customers and their stakeholders too. Well, here is a reminder.
To the Nigerian Exchange Group and London Stock Exchange, wherein the whooping sum of 1.004 trillion naira was declared as profit before tax. This caused the group to be reported all over the media as the first, quote, Nigerian financial institution to cross the 1 trillion naira mark in profit. It is our finding that these figures, as contained in the audited statements, are mere conjectures hurriedly put together by Segun Julius Agbaje and his team to deceive the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria, and even the customers and investors into believing that it all is well with GTB, even when it is not. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no gainsaying the fact that Guaranty Trust Bank Limited has become notorious over the years for engaging in deceptive accounting practices to artificially inflate profit figures. For example, no substantial pieces of evidence was presented by Segun Agbaje to support the assertion that GTCO PLC made over 1 trillion naira in profit as at 30th June 2024. Even at that, it is very possible that the figures were generated through the process called round tripping. This is a process where funds are moved in and out of the bank through different accounts or entities to create an illusion that there are legitimate transactions going on in the bank. The combination of this process and other unethical issues, business practices, within the bank points towards the direction of systemic corruption, fraud, and money laundering, which we have asked the media, anti-corruption agencies, and the government to further investigate. It is feared that such ugly situation, if not properly checked, could have the tendency of not only undermining customers, investors' confidence in the bank, but pose significant risks to the stability of Nigerian financial sector. Surprisingly, Segun Julius Agbaje did not tell Nigerians that the corporate image of GTB Limited has been terribly battered and shattered in many foreign countries where it is in operation. He lied by stating in the recent audited statements that GTCO PLC ensures compliance with disclosure requirements under the disclosure and transparency rules of the UK Financial Conduct Authority, FCA. The truth is that Guaranty Trust Bank UK Limited was sanctioned by the same FCA to pay a financial penalty of £525,000 for breaches of Principle 3, Management and Control of the authority's principles for businesses between 19th May 2008 till 19th July 2010. In another development,
like in a nutshell, there's been an established sort of like a public outcry over the shady activities of those who are running GTBank. So that people's money are disappearing from their bank accounts should have actually triggered what you call the regulators' sort of investigation. I mean, Nigeria must have banking regulators, don't they? The ones that will ordinarily have to look at the book of all these banks. Oh, hang on, that's central bank, isn't it? That must be the Central Bank of Nigeria. That is the regulator. The one that should ordinarily protect the interest of Nigerians in a situation where people's money are disappearing, people's savings, pension, name it, disappearing from their bank. And then they have to bear the brunt. A lot of people have stories that runs into years now that they have not been given back from their money. Rather, they've received several threats from the supposed bank that they are doing business with. So the regulator should have kind of like spring into action, look into their book. But do you know why it's going to be difficult for them to do that? Because they are friends. The guy who is in charge of the Central Bank of Nigeria today, Kadobi Oduduwa Emefiole, the guy single-handedly destroyed 3 different banks. I'm talking about ran them aground that they don't exist anymore. His reward is the Central Bank of Nigeria to be in charge as the regulator for all banks in Nigeria. See live? So when Sheun Kuti said there is no hope for Nigeria, he is right, because most of these guys, all these bankers, and their other fellow regulators who are all friends, stealing from the poor people in this highly inflated economy, and yet those who are supposed to protect your interest, they are friends with the people who are duping you, stealing from you. They control the police, they control the security agents, they control the judges. God damn it, man. It's like the entire thing is so rigged against an average Nigerian. In Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, my people. Dr. Z again. Happy weekend. I said to myself, I'm going to have a quiet weekend after, I made the last video. I said I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to have a good time. And until this very dark man thing happened. And this is Saturday, in Canada, Saturday evening. I'm about to go out with my lovely wife. So I was just thinking. You see, guys, let me tell you something, right? When Jagaban took over, I even though I supported P2B, but I strongly believe that, things were going to get better. I'm telling you the truth. Because if anybody would have been better than, if God would have been better than Buhari, I don't know what's happening now. I don't know what's happening. And if I talk too much, it says, oh, your life is good, go and enjoy, don't bother about Nigeria. We in diaspora are more invested in Nigeria than you people in Nigeria, believe it or not. We want to come home. We sometimes go to bed and hope that things are going to get better. Oh boy, Tinubu government has now turned to, in fact, it's worse than Abacha and Buhari. If you talk, they will put you in jail without even your lawyer will not know what you did. Let me tell you guys, see, I made a video sometime past about Darkman. I really, I wished him well. I sometimes think he goes a bit personal and overreach sometimes. That's my personal decision. But there should be something like freedom of speech in the same country. And somebody as educated as Jagaban, our president Tinubu, should know that you cannot use EFCC as a tool to terrorize your citizens. It is wrong. You, for one, should know that. Because before you used to be a soldier of democracy. I don't know what has become of Baba? I don't know. If anybody talk, you carry EACC, you carry up, he will come out. You step on dollar. Next time you come out and start preaching. Don't step on dollar. Make sure you look well before you step on dollar. Any currency, don't step on naira, anything. Your government has now turned to military government. That you terrorize people with every tool you have. If you say I'm disappointed, now understatement. I no believe within I see today. I no believe her. Release this young boy. Just release him. Or at least charge him to court. Tell him what he did and charge him to court. I believe in rule of law. I believe in democracy. I believe in justice. If somebody commit crime, carry him. Charge him to court. Make the lawyers try it out there. Why? What is it? So the impression you're trying to create to Nigerians now that if anybody talk, you carry him, go inside. Hang go touch him. Let me say so we are finally going to settle for this abroad now. We no go fit go back our place. We don't have a country again, Abi. Yeah. I don't know. Me, I won't start following to tell you to release that man tomorrow or next. You just say, I am absolutely gutted and disgusted with this administration. Which I see now, the government is bad. Things are hard for people. On top of that, you're bullying and terrorizing your citizens. Tinubu, that is wrong. If anybody no tell you, I go tell you. If I come, I know I read you.
Since when I born you never seen this kind of abuse before. Turubu, I must abuse you. Turubu, number one. Oguokiyapa. Turubu number two. Oguokiyama. Turubu number three. Oguokiya your children. Turubu number four. Ogugo bury all your family. Turubu is a god to you. A god to you. Turubu is a god to you. And Wausa.
Thank you very much. So the Canada-based doctor is kind of like short of words, you know. There are people like that believe that nobody can ever be worse than Boko Haram. Tifnubu can say, yeah, hold my beer, I'll show you that somebody can be worse than Boko Haram. And right now, the Ronukus, they have now turned this into Igbo versus Yoruba. Again, this tribalism. Number one, let nobody deceive you anymore about Nigeria operating a democracy. Forget that. Remove it from your lexicon. Maybe not your vocabulary. NLC chairman was beaten blue-black in Owerri by hopeless Uzodimba's thugs. Why? He was going there to lead a protest, lead the workers, unpaid workers, to lead them to protest against hopeless Uzodimba. One no chairman, one no president NLC. If they don't beat him again till he die, that beating that day is enough for the rest of his life. And I'm not joking. Recently, another guy who happened to be the president of NANS, it is generally believed that the president of NLC is leading at least an organization with over 40 million workers. Similarly, there's the student union body, or the national body for Nigerian students, right? It's called NANS, National Association of Nigerian Students. That too is believed to be an organization with over 20 million members. One guy that is their president, Tifnubu's son, grabbed him. One no Atikuku Lare. You probably just call him Isa. His name is Isa Atiku Abubakar. The first beater Abubakar. Come beat Atiku. The remaining Isa, now by force you go spell them. If you see I say you no go recognize them. Chairman NLC, Chairman Nance, inside Nigeria democracy. So if anybody tells you about democracy, they should please keep it to themselves. This is not democracy. What you have in Nigeria is Togo, I mean the Togo go-cracy or something. I became a you know. Autocracy. Some will say it's autocracy. Some will tell you that it is tyranny. Some will say it is a dictatorship, right? But it is anything but democracy. Now, the Ronukus have put out this on top this matter that Yorubas or everybody, now everybody they lose money. I mean, you have a lot of their victims cut across all ethnic and tribal nationalities in that contraption. But here is the woman leader of the Ronukus. This lady lives in the US, by the way. She lives in the US. She's the one that during that election in 2023, she's the one who said they should do everything and burn down the businesses of the Igbos in Lagos. If you don't, I don't care her name is that, right? Now she said there is a malicious attempt to bring down the Yoruba government. Now that they have admitted that this is Yoruba government, not Nigeria government. So first, they used Natasha. So it is believed that Natasha's sexual harassment case against Akpabiole is an effort to bring down Tifnumbu's government called Yoruba government. All right. So this is how the tribal card is played. For those of you who probably don't even kind of understand how it's played, right? This is how it is played. It is called dog whistle. Then once you put this out, there are people who are thinking like that. And even if they are not thinking like that, they will begin to think like that. So they are in that line already to feed the troll. That's what she did. She said, ever since the 100 million naira issue, I knew he cannot be trusted. Okay, Ango, he said, I was one of the few who used to like him. Ever since the 100 million naira issue, I knew he cannot be trusted. GTBank is a Yoruba bank. Don't be fooled. They are trying to bring down our institution. GTB is the only Yoruba bank standing. They have crippled other Yoruba banks without naming any of those Yoruba banks. So, sure you get. They started, mind you, their supposed CEO is actually an Igbo woman, just for the mention, if that matters, okay? Or the guys, Agbaje and the other guy they believe to be the owner of the bank are Yorubas, of course, right? Bunch of criminals, by the way. So, people's money are being stolen. But right now, as if to say they actually have anything they can really do, per se, but because it is a window to say, I'm gonna know. Do you know that the GTBank is owned by the Yorubas? I say, hey, I didn't know. The Igbos are trying to come and take it over. They have closed down all Yoruba banks without giving them any. You don't need to tell them the Yoruba banks that have been closed down because there is none. Do you understand that now? And if if a bank is closed down in Nigeria by Nigerian government, I don't think that should be the responsibility of anyone, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, because you do not make those decisions. But in the agenda, tribal, their tribalism of Tifnumbu's APC, Egbekegbe, they do not want to give room to any laxity. As they get it, they push it. So now they're like, we, the Omoluabis, will not join you in bringing down our own. Check all the name of the advocate of this malicious agenda. It tells you all you need to know. In another post where she categorically said that it is a plot that the Igbos are using a very dark man to come and bring down the government of the Yoruba government. Yoruba government. I think we are getting there. All right, we are getting there. Sooner or later, everybody will drop all pretenses. You will drop it. Okay, you drop all your living in denial, and everybody will come clean. On how we actually feel about this contraption. A lot of us have been honest too. But here, so the people continue their protest in a widely shared or a widely distributed hang on, I don't know, I'm feeling teary in my right eye. It keeps coming up like, what the heck, man? Sorry about that, right? So people continue to protest still, for those who have account with GTB or those who have money in the bank, right? as a means of, protest against the arrest of a very dark man. These guys.
All right, good morning. This is my GTBank card. Yeah, GTBank. This is my GTBank. Stupid GTBank card. Where he make the cash very dark bank. Any right member, make sure you boycott these stupid people. Make sure close your accounts. I'm done with them for good. Bye bye to GTBank.